My name is Angie Murenga, and I have lots of titles. I'm a CEO of Kingdom Business Solutions. I'm a executive certified leadership coach, globally certified by ICF. I'm an ordained minister of God and also ordained as an apostle. So those are all my titles. Okay, I'm a firstborn, so I grew up in a family of 4. I grew up I guess in a loving family. It was a lovely family, a kind family, and I could say privileged as well, because my parents came from very poor backgrounds, but they afforded us a lot. They worked a lot, they worked hard, and of course we can say God smiled upon them, and they were doing well. So we grew up well, and we grew up as a good African Kenyan family. So in terms of education, I went to Loreto Convent Valley Road, and then I went to Loreto Convent Musongari, and then I finished my high school at Kianda High School. And then I went to the Polytechnic to do an ordinary national diploma in hospitality. And then I went to the UK. My parents were able to send me to the United Kingdom, and I went to Leeds Poly, which is now Leeds Beckett University. And I did a higher national diploma in hospitality and management. And then I worked for a year in the UK doing management training for a group of hotels, and that was fun for a year. And then I came home, and then I've had a illustrious career. So I came home, I've worked for hospitality for 17 years in different management, and then I did 4 years for a fast-moving consumer good, a brand of coffee which I love until today, and I did sales and marketing for them. I came in at the lowest level. I actually came in, I think, on a contract, on a short-term contract, and by the time I left, I was the national sales and marketing manager, by which I got a call to go into ministry. So I went into ministry. I served in my church for 1 year and went to Bible school for 2 years. And then I run a program now for 15 years on training leaders. It's called the Purpose and Leadership Forum. That's where I do my Purpose and Leadership Forum. I do coaching. I started a digital platform called Just Angie because of content creation and just sharing the message in a more palatable way, to the world that we live in. The world is now digital. So there's a full focus on digital. So 5 years I've been doing content that your viewers can find me on Just Angie, Kenya, on Facebook and on YouTube. So that's been my career and my background. What I do is I'm a marketplace minister. I've been ordained in the church. I was ordained by Archbishop Jerry Kibarabara, but I am a marketplace minister. So my transition from corporate marketplace, in which I'd done 21 years, 17 years in hospitality and 4 years in sales and marketing, it really helped me, because now, for some reason, God needed me to get the God part and then now come and transform those who are also in the marketplace. So it's been very interesting because I understand them. So I understand completely what they do. I understand their bottom lines. I understand the things that they are facing at work. I understand what they need the results they need to develop. So I sort of speak their language. So we are able to get along. So my ministry is purely a marketplace ministry. It's an ecclesia. It's a people coming together to fulfill a purpose. And that's what we do. So my purpose and passion, I believe, comes from seeing potential in people. I have this uncanny gift of seeing potential in people, identifying that potential and drawing it out. And sometimes the people cannot see the potential in themselves. I told you I'm a coach. I'm an executive certified coach. And what I do is I coach visions and lives and purpose to life. So you bring me your vision, and I listen to what you have to say. I ask you questions, and then I help you unpack it. And I'm also an author. I forgot to tell you that I'm an author. So I've authored two books. One is a leadership manual, so the Purpose and Leadership Forum manual, and the other one is the Real You book, which I recently authored, and we'll tell you more about that. But so I'm an author as well of 2 books. So in terms of purpose and leadership, that's what I do. I train, and now the whole process is online. Remember, I told you that there's a lot of digital access now. We've flipped, the whole world has changed, and we've moved into digital access. And I'm an author as well, so I coach visions to life. So a lot of the people who I engage with have been through my program, the Purpose and Leadership Forum, so that we are talking the same language and you can find it online. And then we begin to unpack you. And that's what even the Real You book is about. It's about unpacking you. So my passion is in finding the potential in people, locating the potential, seeing the potential. I've also learned that as a coach, they have to come to me because they need to want to do more with their lives. So that's what drives me. Being able to coach people, seeing them come alive, seeing their visions come alive, seeing them unpack themselves. Because even as I was reflecting on the questions that you sent me, the reason I wrote the Real You book, Unpacking You, is because I have observed that we come into this world and it's like then everything comes to attack the very purpose for which we were created. Everything, whether it's your teachers, whether it's your parents without knowing, whether it's your siblings, whether it's friends, whether it's in classroom content, it's like the whole world begins to question what it is that you want to do or what you were created to do. And that's where I come in, because we're able now to go back, reflect, dust off everything that was not right or not going well, and sort of align things so that you can fulfill your potential. And that gives me such amazing purpose and passion as well. And I don't know whether I told you, I'm very passionate about God and Africa as well. Very passionate about Africa. I think this is an emerging economy, an emerging nation. We have a lot of young people on the continent of Africa, and they say by 2050 we'll have the most of the world's youth will be on this continent. And therefore I love solutions as well. I believe I'm a solution provider, and then I don't have to provide the solutions myself. It's actually getting everyone to execute their solution, their purpose, and then we live amazing lives. Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody, and I have several mentors, and I loved that question because some of my mentors I engage with them physically, one-on-one, some I don't. So I am mentored by books, so you can also be mentored by books. I'm mentored a lot by Bishop T.D. Jakes, who doesn't even live here, he lives in another country, but thank God again, you see digital access, so I can watch him on social media, on YouTube, on his channels. I attend his conferences, and he also brings in a host of other leaders so that they can all mentor. So you can be mentored through books, through social media, through one-on-one interaction with people. And I think it's important to then make the difference between a mentor and a coach. A mentor is somebody who has been on the journey that you want to go in. They've sort of walked they've walked and then you want to walk in their shoes. Your journey will be different, but they sort of gone in the same direction that you have gone. But a coach is somebody completely different. A coach just needs to be a person who can listen to you, ask you questions, hold you accountable, so probably put in some action and some timelines into what you want to do and cause movement to happen. What I love about coaches cause things to move. A lot of us get stuck. I do also conferences. I do annual signature events, and one of them is called the Unstuck Annual Conference. Please look out for it. There'll be one in August, and this is the 10th conference that we've done. So in terms of Unstuck, we find that people and leaders get stuck. You get stuck in your daily routine. You get stuck in how life is lived out, just sort of bogged down in life's routines. And everybody needs then that coach, that mentor, a model, an amazing role model that gets you out of your comfort zone. And I also love this program because then you show people, different people who have done something great with their lives, and that's very, very important. That's the same thing that I do on Just Angie. We're trying to encourage everyday people to live life, to live an extraordinary life, to try. Because one of the questions you asked me, I said, you know what, just try. And if you see other people who have tried, who have failed, who have succeeded, who are still at it, then it encourages you as well to keep on trying. So I believe even this is a mentorship platform as well, Everyday Women. Okay, success is about purpose, and I know people throw that word around a lot, but success can only be determined, in my view, because I'm a woman of faith, by God, your creator, and yourself, because it's things that you're passionate about. So I always ask people, so how do you know it's your purpose? It's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you would do without being paid. It's something that brings you joy. It even puts a smile on your face just automatically. There are people you can just talk about something and you see they just light up. That's your purpose and your passion. Pursue it. That is success, because you can't be successful doing anything else. I believe also success is about authenticity. You have to be authentic. Authentic even to yourself, because sometimes we're even inauthentic, if there's such a word, to ourselves, you know. You want what others want. It's not about what you want. You haven't sat down to think about your life and to unpack your life and to visualize your life and to think about why am I here? What was I created to do? Some of the challenges are like stereotypes of being female. There are lots of people who dismiss me already because they see a woman and they're like, okay, you know, we are not very interested in what she has to say. So that has been a challenge. I think loneliness is a challenge. And they talk about it in leadership and in executing a vision and purpose that you want to do, that you will experience some loneliness. And I don't want to sit here and say it's a pretty picture. And it's loneliness at all levels. No matter where you are on the journey of executing your vision, you will experience a level of loneliness. For me also, a challenge I faced in seeing potential in others. So it's a good thing and it can also be a bad thing, because I see more. I see what you can become, and probably you don't want to become it. You're like, what's wrong with this woman? Leave me alone. I'm trying to draw out of you. I'm so amazed at what you're capable of. But a lot of people like the status quo. They like things just to remain the same. Don't rock the boat. Just leave me alone. Me, I'm good. But I'm like, no, there's more. You can achieve more. You were created for more. You can impact others. So it's the same with raising leaders and training people, coaching people, modeling to people, you know. Sometimes even, and it's actually biblical, it says that the student even becomes greater than the teacher, you know. And that is also something that is it's a challenge, because you're like, wow, these people, they overtake you. But it always reminds me of a coach. There's one day I saw a coach training somebody who's running a marathon, and the coach is on like a car, and he's shouting at the person who's running, and you're like, excuse me, but you know, the coach has the knowledge, but the one who is running the race will run faster, will do better. Even coaching a football team, you know, the coach sits on the sidelines shouting out the directions, he's given the strategy, but the players will do better. So I think that's a challenge of leading. It's a challenge of executing a vision or purpose. It's a challenge of even doing a business. People get into your business, you train them, you equip them, they go and start other businesses. So it's a challenge. At the same time, it's not a challenge. It's a good thing, but it hurts. It's normal human nature for it to be painful. Okay, family is very important. It's what forms society. It's what shapes us as human beings. Remember, I talked about purpose and the real you, and how even at a very early stage, there's already things coming against your destiny. So family is very important. The stronger families are, the stronger society is. It's where you learn your culture, it's where you form your habits, it's where you learn to live your lifestyle. So it's a very, very important part of society. And family is very important to me. I told you I'm a firstborn, came from a family of 4 with 2 loving parents, and then now then I got married and had my daughter, and then now she's getting married. So they're always evolving, but it's always amazing to see the traits, to see family traits, family character already being passed through. So family is very, very key in life, yes. But it's a decision also, I think, especially, let me speak to younger people who want to get married or who are getting married. Marriage is a decision that you have to make with a lot of wisdom. I think make it from your heart rather than your mind. If you try to put logic into it, it might not work. And an important trait is, if you get married, then you need to know that you're going to stay married. And there are no exit clauses unless there is violence or anything that is threatening your life. So choose wisely, have wisdom, and listen to the people around you, because they know you. People around you know you. Sometimes we tend to dismiss them or think that they are jealous of us, but as long as they're not people who are not evil, then listen to the people around you and listen to your parents, and then form strong families. And if something goes wrong in the family, then find ways to address it that will not harm the children. Because sometimes the way that we address issues is antagonizing and is harmful to our children. I think a message to younger people is, number one, go for it. Yeah, go for what you want to do. Don't hold back. Seek mentorship. A lot of time and it's a global issue, we like to do things alone. Like, if I try to tackle this, I'll do it better. But it is good to seek advice and seek mentors. Study the mentor. Know that you can trust the mentor. In terms of even being a mentor, even for myself, there's good, there's bad, there's ugly. So take the good in terms of the mentor and then ignore the others, or what is going to work for you. So that's very, very important. I think I said study the lives of those who have gone before you. So read books, autobiographies. There's so much content on social media and all these channels that you can watch about people in all over the world who are doing great things. So it's important to seek those people as well. I believe you need to seek content that will grow you. Like I talked about Just Angie, I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel called Just Angie Kenya. I've put out content there for 5 years. That is content that will grow you, but look for people that can grow you and then try. I also believe very strongly in what I call think tanks, in forming a team of 5 or a team of 3 with like-minded people that you're growing in, because you can't do this journey alone. Life is a journey of relationships, of strong bonds, of character, of compassion, of understanding each other, and of connections. You cannot do life on your own. So form a group of people where you can strategize, you can bounce ideas off each other. You can say, I'm thinking of doing this, what do you think? And the best thing about that, and if you choose the right people, you'll be able to see different perspectives and people will give you different ideas from different ways. Because the way I think about something is not the same way that you probably think about something. Failure is a learning curve. Remember I told you about the Unstuck conference? I find that when we fail, we stop. Like, that's it, I'm done, I'm not even going to try this anymore. That's not right. Failure is part of the learning process. It's part of growth. You must fail. I even remember somebody saying there was a gentleman who wanted to fund businesses, but he said he's not going to fund anybody who has not failed, because failure is good. You must fail, but the whole idea is getting up and also understanding, what did I learn? What are the lessons I can draw from that failure, from what is a mistake? But you can't stay stuck in the mistake. And then find people that you can encourage. I also do Women Rising. So I have a forum every year around International Women's Day that speaks to women who are rising. How do we rise as women? And what are the factors that we need to consider as we rise, as we grow, and as we make maybe career choices, as we make family choices, as we make choices to do business. You know, what is it? How do we rise together? And that's very, very important as well. So I do that as well, and I do that once a year. So if you follow me even on social media, on my platforms as Angie Murenga, you'll find me, and then you just grow and find other people as well. Look at everyday women and look at the people who are featured on this program and follow them and look at what they're doing, and then read their books, because this is very, very important. So the highlights of my career have been the Purpose and Leadership Forum, which I wrote the manual and have run for 10 years successfully in Kenya. And it is also running in Uganda and Tanzania. It ran in Geneva, in Switzerland and France for a while, for 4 seasons. And now it is online. The Just Angie digital platform that I talked about, that I've done for 5 years now successfully, has been really, really a highlight of my career. The conferences that I do, so I do several conferences a year. So I do the Unstuck annual conference in August every year, and this is the 10th year. I do Women Rising, which I do in March around International Women's Day, and this was the 8th year. And then I do a meeting for men, but I don't do it. There are men who I work with in the ministry, in the ecclesia, who then do the men's ministry, MID. So that's been done for 6 years. And then I do a retreat every year, because I believe that we need to reflect on how the year was and plan for the next year. So I do that every year in November, and that's now coming on to 11 years as well. And then I do KBS Youth, which is the Kingdom Business Solutions, and I do a youth program with the youth, and we've been doing that for 6 years. So those are serious highlights of my life, and also my coaching. Coaching has been a great highlight of my life and career, and being able to coach people, coach visions to life, coach organizations, coach teams, coach families, and coach individuals so that they light up. Sometimes you walk into a room and you find people they're dark, they are sad, there's sadness even in their eyes, and it's just because you need to. So I feel like coaching turns that light on, the coaching that I do, and for my particular niche, it's just able to turn the light on and to give people hope and a vision and a purpose. And then I do a foundation, although now I'm really going into foundational work and going into training and going into TVETs, and that has been very, very, very exciting. My daughter is a highlight of my life, because I always call her my first protege in terms of mentoring and coaching people. When you look at her, by the grace of God, I've been able to mentor and coach her into a young adult who is now getting married and going ready to start her own family. And I think that's very, very important, because we must see the traits of your success as well, or what we term success, in your own personal life. So those are some of my highlights in terms of my success and my career. So my social media handles are Angie.Murenga. You'll find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Just Angie. So I have a Just Angie Facebook page and a Just Angie YouTube page, and I'm really looking forward to engaging. There's a Kingdom Business Also Solutions website, and you can find me there, and it's going to be really exciting to engage.